Hello and welcome. I'm Scott Arnold, VP of Marketing and Sales for Successful Channels, and your moderator for the 5th QBR in our Masterclass series. I'll be coordinating the event and passing you off to our featured speakers. This Masterclass will be approximately 35 minutes, including 5 audience polls. This will be followed by a question and answer session with our speakers. Attendees are encouraged to submit their questions via Zoom's Q&A feature throughout the session. For those attendees that are willing to complete a post-Masterclass survey, we will be sending the full research findings report to you as a thank you. I'd like to introduce Bob Lampkin, Successful Channels VP of Business Development. Bob will tell you what you can expect to learn from this Masterclass. Bob, we're going to have you restart. Unmute.
Sorry.
There we are.
Hi, thanks, Scott. I'm Bob Lampkin, your co-host. We are thrilled that you have chosen to attend today's masterclass entitled New Logo Growth in One Click. Like our earlier QBR masterclasses, this masterclass has attracted well over 1,200 senior channel sales executives. The need for accelerating channel growth has never been greater. Today's masterclass will focus on how to drive new logo growth for your brand. During this session, 2 industry innovations will be introduced that will change channel growth enablement forever. Our own Gary Morris, CEO of Successful Channels, will highlight how partner business planning and QBRs can be uniquely configured for new logo growth with the use of data-integrated, process-driven, and one-click actions for partnership growth management. Gary will be joined by one of the most innovative channel and sales industry luminaries, Cassandra Golston, CEO of PartnerTap. Cassandra will describe how partner account mapping, pipeline sharing, and co-selling introductions can all be automated to scale up revenue through partners. Cassandra, the presentation is yours.
Thanks for that introduction. So the secret to unlocking new logo growth and accelerating new logo sales with partners is really automation. So whether you have a team of 5 channel managers or 500, imagine how much more business they could source and drive with partners if they didn't have to do everything manually. I mean, partner technology has come such a long way in just 24 months. You know, innovative new automation tools are now available and can give you everything you need to automate planning, partner reporting, QBRs, sourcing new logos, connecting sellers, really to give everyone the visibility to these new logo deals. And it's really high time for us all to embrace these new automation technologies. Because let's face it, the manual approach doesn't give channel teams the data or tools that they need to source and accelerate new logo growth. They just can't scale. So today, channel managers have to start from scratch for every strategic plan and QBR. And so it's empty templates and template-driven partner plans, they just don't work. And similarly, the approach to account mapping is so time-consuming. It's so tedious. And when it gets done, if at all, it has to be redone because the data is old. So most teams today only map a few hundred or a few thousand accounts with their partners, and they're missing thousands of new additional logo opportunities hidden below the surface in the millions of accounts that are in their CRM. So one-click automation for all these things is now possible. New automated tools that empower channel teams to accelerate new logo growth with the right data, plans, and connections. So specifically, one-click account mapping that automatically maps any list of partner accounts against your entire CRM database. And one-click QBRs can really jumpstart that high-quality strategic planning with pre-populated strategies and action plans and tactics to accelerate new logo deals. And then that instant sales rep connections that make it easy for sellers to connect quickly at the right time with the right partner on the right accounts without waiting for their channel managers to do those one-off partner introductions. And then back to the data. I mean, with automated QBR solutions, channel managers can really generate that data-rich QBR that will let them jump right into the highest impact discussions with each partner. Okay, so we're on our first poll, and I'm going to turn this over to Scott to run our first poll. Really what we want to understand is what percentage of your FY23 revenue needs to come from new logo growth.
Thanks, Cassandra. I see lots of feedback coming in very rapidly. Thanks to our participants for your feedback. And we're still getting some interesting numbers coming in. Thank you for that. Okay, things are slowing down. Here's a 10-second warning, and we'll end the poll and share the results. Please get your input in. Okay, I will end the poll there. Thanks to all who participated. Let me share that results. Cassandra, can you see that?
Yes, so not surprised. You know, lots of companies are going to have to come up with 31 or more % in new logos. So we've got a big hill to climb in this new economy in FY23. Thanks for the answers. So now I'm going to send it over to Gary to review the end-to-end best practices with partner management cadence to drive new logo growth. Over to you, Gary.
Thanks, Cassandra. Great kicking it off. It's so great to join you in this QBR Masterclass on one of the hottest topics in the channel. Now, virtually all of our clients have told us that new logo growth is one of their top priorities for 2023. Partnerships are viewed as a key engine for new to your brand business growth. Now, over the past 9 years, we have provided partner business planning, scorecard, and QBR tools. We have found that there's partner management cadence best practice for building new logo growth. In today's QBR Masterclass, Cassandra and I are going to review the 7 steps within a proven new logo growth cadence plan. Each of these steps are supported by a set of data integrated tools to improve partner management efficiency and business growth productivity. So let me just hang on one sec here. Whoops. Go back to our poll. I just want to introduce this poll before we get started. So we love to kick off with polls. We love to get your priorities. This poll question is, which of the following joint business plan goals are your top priorities for FY23? So please select all that apply. So Scott, if you can make the poll live.
There we are. We're now in polling mode. I do see some entries coming in. So we'll give it just a minute. Here come the responses. Thank you, folks, for participating. Lots of responses coming in, very active. Gary, we'll give it another few seconds. Please keep the responses coming. Thank you for that. Okay, I see things slowing down a bit. 10-second warning, we'll end the poll, and then I'll share the results. Here we are.
Great. All right. That's a good thing we picked new logo acquisition. I'm looking at another screen to see the results. So new logo acquisition, you guys are at the right place. That's the #1 top poll. But I also like grow core revenues, because not only are we building, new logo acquisition, but growing core revenues. What we're showing here, and also grow partner enablement. That you have to make partners capable representatives of your brand in the marketplace in order for you to achieve your channel goals. And that's followed by a number of other, maybe they're secondary goals, but also component goals. I mean, what I like about this is that when our clients go through and select these, they're able to offer a full portfolio of goals, and it's a different mix from partner to partner, but almost universally. We see new logo acquisition as the universally selected top objective for their business plans, client after client after client. Okay, Scott, thank you. We can move on from there. Okay, so I'm going to start with step 1 here. And step 1 is, how many of you have used Excel spreadsheets, PowerPoint, or Word documents to prepare your partner business plans? I don't think I need to tell you that partners don't like them. Channel managers are frustrated with them, and channel executives rarely get the status reporting that they're looking for. The days of guided, predefined, automated, and integrated JBP stands for Joint Business Planning Systems for driving new logo growth, are here. And just to comment on JBP, business plans are very much a joint activity. Almost universally, there are shared tasks between channel managers and partners. So that's why this term JBP has gotten a lot of traction lately. Today, we'll be introducing a set of new tools that will transform how partner management is done. Okay, so what does guided new logo growth look like? Your partners are looking to you for your expertise on how to drive new revenue growth. And even further, they expect you to provide brand growth roadmap for your business. The best way to accomplish that is this step 1, to provide a guided tool to help channel managers and partners build business plan objectives, activities, and tactics. So here's an example where, if new logo growth is selected from a list of options, to automatically recommend the relevant activities and the relevant tactics that are aligned with the achievement of this business goal. This first simple but very important step will help define a customized joint partner business plan in as little as 20 to 30 minutes. Or said differently, the worst thing you can do is to have a blank field that says enter goals, enter strategies, and tactics here. The best you can do is provide a guided process. We love polls, so let's make another poll here to talk about what's important to you. Now, what would help manage a wide range of tasks associated with driving partnership new logo growth? And the old adage is, all roads lead to tasks in partner business planning. So Scott, can you please activate the next poll?
Here we
Please
are.
select all that apply. Sorry, Scott.
No, our participants should be able to see it. You can see it there, Gary. This is lots of reading, so we may have to allocate just a few extra moments for our participants to respond. Here they come. Lots of responses coming in now. Thank you. Lots of activity. Gary, we're getting some excellent responses. Thank you, everyone. Please keep the information coming. Responses are slowing a bit now. We'll give it another 5 to 10 seconds. If you haven't responded, please do so now. All right, Gary, I think we've got everyone. I will end the poll and share the results and ask you for your reaction.
Great. All right. Well, thank you. I mean, sales enablement and collaborative selling are the top two responses. So, I mean, clearly, sales is a key focus of our partnerships. And the other, you got the term managing the impossible. Managing the impossible is, if you think about the simple math of how many tasks a channel manager has to assist each partner multiplied by 10 to 15 partners, it literally is an impossible task. Look at all of the things that a channel management organization has to manage with each and every partner. Sales enablement, marketing enablement, automated account mapping. There's just too much to do and not enough time. Wouldn't it be great if all tasks were consolidated in one area so the impossible becomes possible? So I think the other thing to mention, Scott mentioned earlier, that the research findings from both all the polls and our post-event survey will be sent to all of those that complete that post-event survey. So Scott, I think we can close the poll and move on to the next slide.
Okay, here we go. Back to you, Gavin.
Okay. So the next thing I'd like to review with you is step 2, the consolidation of all tasks in one area. So step 2 is a best practice new logo growth cadence plan as a consolidated task manager. I just said before, as the old saying goes, all roads lead to tasks in joint partner business planning, or JBPs. New logo growth is likely an integral part of your FY23 partner business planning process. New integrated and guided JBP tools provide new logo growth business action plan tasks, new logo growth capabilities action plan tasks, and new logo growth marketing action plan tasks consolidated in one unified view. So what this does is allows channel managers and partners to plan their work in their annual one-time partner business planning process and work their plan on a monthly basis to provide performance and task MBR, QBR process unlike ever has been available before. So just keep in mind, task management is a core part of the ongoing partner management process. Now I'd like to turn it back over to Cassandra to review new logo growth step 3.
Great. So you've created your plan, and now step 3 is around getting the right accounts to go focus on. So you're mapping your accounts with your most trusted partners, and instead of doing this manually, PartnerTap automates this process by taking all the spreadsheets that your partners are giving you. You can put those through PartnerTap, you can map those immediately, or you can also connect directly to your partners where you can data share automatically. So everything is staying in sync. Now we're going to go to the next poll. And what we want to understand is, how is everybody doing this today? So Scott, I'm going to turn this over to you so we can understand how everyone is account mapping today, and just select anything that applies to your process.
Lots of feedback coming in. Thank you, folks. Here it comes, slowing down a little bit. Oh, a nice uptick there. I'll give it another 10 or 15 seconds. Don't want to cut anyone off. Okay, looks like we've got everyone. Thank you. I'll end the poll here and let me share the results. Cassandra, to you.
Okay, yep. When you're manually account mapping, you're really doing it with your most trusted partners. And those are the partners that you're going to be doing your business plans with. So yeah, this is very consistent. Map 1,000 accounts. And then we have some people not doing it at all because it's hard. It's an arduous process. So thanks for that, Scott.
Back to you.
Right. So move to me. Here we go. So within step 3, now we've automated the account mapping process. And so this is allowing your teams together identify where these new logo opportunities are, where the upsell opportunities are. I think we heard in one of the polls that it's also about growing our base. So upsell with partners is something that we see all the time. And automation really keeps this data up to date so that we can, your partners churning or adding new logos, and so are you. How can we keep this to date and know where we're going to go target quarterly? And then we talked about I saw in the poll co-selling with partners. And one of the activities that channel managers and partner managers spend so much time on is connecting and making those introductions between the partner sellers and your sellers. And it's just so time consuming. So by giving that mapped partner data directly to your sellers so they can see that information right in their CRM system, this allows them to start working and building relationships with the right salespeople at the right partner companies at the right time. And I think we're going to hit our 5th poll question. So this one's going to be a tough one because we have 2 processes in one. So we're going to talk about or ask about how often you collaborate around data with your partners. So we have a question around account mapping. How often are you doing that? And then pipeline sharing. How often are you pipeline sharing with your partners? Scott, turning it to you.
Okay, we've launched, and this one is because we've got a double question. We are allowing multiple choice on this, so please select all that apply. Excellent feedback coming in. Please keep it coming. Thank you very much. Lots of activity still. Thank you. Okay, response is slowing down. Here's our 10-second warning. Thank you all. Looks like we have everyone. I'll end the poll here and share it. Cassandra, for your review.
Okay, so it looks like we're quarterly account mapping, because if we're doing it manually, that's all the time we have. And then we've got some people that are sharing pipeline weekly, probably have really good trusted partners, and they're moving a lot of business, which is good. So this is and then we've got some people that aren't sharing any pipeline. So need to work on those business plans and building those relationships so we get to this point. But this is great. Thanks, Scott. So we'll go to step 4. So once you are starting to drive revenue with your partners, step 4, best practice cadence, is really tracking the changes that are happening with your partner's pipeline. So PartnerTap, we make it easy to automate pipeline sharing so that everybody is on the same sheet of music. Automation really allows the partner teams to see when my team is forecasting a deal to close this month and the partners team is forecasting the same deal to close in 6 months. We need to get the teams together. So automation really allows us to keep everyone in sync and have the right conversations so that we're aligned on forecasts and we are driving business forward. And then, of course, the whole point of this is you want your sellers and account teams to automatically connect with the right partners on the right accounts. And so with PartnerTap, we give sellers an easy way to collaborate with their partners to drive sales processes forward. With that, I'm going to pass it back to you, Gary, and you can show us how to automate those monthly business reviews.
Thank you. And by the way, Scott, I really liked how you reported on those polls. I felt like I was listening to a horse race, There comes Old Red from the back. So thank you. That was really fun. Okay, so thanks, Cassandra. Let's bring it all back together into a comprehensive MBR, that's monthly business review report. Imagine access to pre-configured, pre-populated, pre-integrated, one-click monthly business review report. This is now possible. Updates on performance on all your program metrics, account mapping status, just like Cassandra just reviewed, along with pipeline sharing, and tasks, all consolidated in one pre-built report. Everything that's needed to do a monthly performance review, including the status on new logo performance, new logo opportunities, new logo pipeline, and new logo development related to tasks, are all available in one click. This can be exported and sent to your partner and facilitate that partner management discussion. Okay, and this same functionality is also available in a more comprehensive QBR with a longer set of joint business planning activities. The ability to provide an expanded template for end-to-end business reviews are also available in one click. Selected elements include a partner performance dashboard, a capability scorecard, and an action plan for building more capable partnerships, a business action plan with goals, activities, and tactics, a marketing plan, including MDF requests, a co-selling and pipeline dashboard, a marketing plan, an MDF request summary, all wrapped into one consolidated task management review. Even the ability to create a customized business review template incorporating virtually any data element, things like incentives, rebates, and MDF, to round out your planning process. All of this is now possible, and it's possible because of integration and automation. So then your blueprint for a sustainable new logo growth. A is start with clear targets for a number and the type of new logos you're looking for. B, select business goals for your JBP, your joint business plan. C, develop detailed action plans with consolidated tasks. D, map your partner and brand accounts and develop new logo opportunities. E, support your channel managers with one-click integrated MBRs and QBRs. And F, track and measure all new logo pipeline wins and partner influence revenue. This blueprint will funnel new logo pipeline into your channel systems for partner deal reg, compliance, influence, and visibility. So I'd like to turn this back over to Cassandra to bring this all together in a one integrated automated workflow. Cassandra?
Yep. So now new logo planning, sourcing, development, and reporting is all possible with an integrated system and the workflows hosted by Successful Channels and PartnerTap. So all phases of your channel team's weekly, monthly, quarterly, and annual cadence actions can all be managed end to end with this integrated new logo solution. So your channel team will be able to manage what is historically and sometimes even virtually impossible to manage without integrated tools. Now your team can move and manage your partner sales teams through an integrated proven process. So I think I've been seeing some questions hitting the chat, and I'm going to turn it over to Scott and Bob to take us to our Q&A.
Thank you, Cassandra and Gary, for that outstanding presentation. We do have a few minutes left for Q&A. So if you would like to ask Gary or Cassandra or any of the panelists a question, please enter it into the Q&A feature at the bottom, or at least on the PC. It's at the bottom of your Zoom screen on the taskbar. Bob, do you have the first question?
Yes, we have a question. Where is data coming from to build these QBRs? Single or multiple platform connections? What level of IT involvement is required to launch?
Great question. So I would say a lot of the data, accounts, contacts, pipeline, sales or bookings is coming typically from Salesforce. Successful Channels and PartnerTap both have managed package integrations, which are very simple to implement. It's the Salesforce standard. And then in all cases, our team actually assists with the installation, the object and field mapping, and the data sync verification. So that process is relatively easy to implement. And then there's also a number of other systems, sprinkled around the channel. There's also a manual upload method and other API integration methods with LMS and PRM, et cetera.
Thanks, Gary. We have another question. Do you have recommendations for how you come to a target goal number with a partner? If they are a new partner with less than 1/4 of partner history, how do you go about identifying a number or new logos or total ACV? Cassandra?
That's a great question. So first, it's identifying which companies are our best targets, and then understanding where the partner can help in those accounts, who has influence. And then we can understand, all right, this is the ACV that we would be anticipating if we were to sell these targets.
Okay, great. Thank you. Another question, what is the right cadence? I suspect that how frequently should you do this?
Well, maybe Cassandra and I can both take that. So
Right.
we've laid out a proposed cadence plan where you create an annual business plan. And with these systems that allow you with one-click systems, the ability to get a one-click MBR, monthly business review, and a one-click quarterly business review that brings all the parts together. And Cassandra, why don't you talk about pipeline account mapping and pipeline sharing?
Right. Once you have the plan, then it's, well, which accounts are we going to target? Where's our white space? And then where's our cross-sell, upsell? And then once we're in this cadence, now we're sharing the pipeline changes as deals are progressing.
Very interesting. Thank you. Here's a question. How can this work in a distribution model? Gary, Cassandra?
Yeah, I'll start, and then I think Cassandra the same. So a distributor can implement the same system as a partner. We have this concept called parent-child. So the parent can be the distributor, and they can create their own business plans and their own scorecards and their own QBRs with the partners that they manage, or you could manage a distributor the same way you manage as a partner in this planning system. Cassandra, how would you do the same with pipeline and accounts?
Right. We see distributors in different industries where they are working through partners. And so we're seeing mapping of data where their partner understands who's actually sold the account, and we're getting information back to the distributors so the distributor can help these partners upsell or take care of open territories. So there's a lot of different use cases, but it's all different in different types of distribution models.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and follow on to that, does the distributor cadence change?
Well, I mean, I would say it just depends on the complexity of that distributorship, but generally speaking, you're going to want to have a regular review on business plan performance, capabilities performance, and pipeline and account performance. So whether that is weekly, monthly, or quarterly really depends on the cadence of that partnership.
Okay. There's a couple of questions, but could someone just flash the slide with the iceberg on it again? So if somebody could do that while we're doing that, a quick question, do you integrate with Microsoft Dynamics?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And another question, who within a vendor and partner is an ideal POC, sales or marketing?
I would say on our side, it's really both. Because you have a marketing plan and then you have a sales plan, and they should be working together. So marketing, we're going to nurture accounts, and then we're going to align sellers on accounts we can go after right now. So both on the PartnerTap side. How about you, Gary?
Yeah. So our process generally sets is kind of saying there are 4 key goals for partnership development. One is building partner commitments. You establish your performance dashboard, your revenue targets, your pipeline targets. You build your business action plan, objectives, goals, and activities to achieve those targets, and scorecard to build the capabilities to manage those targets, and then work the plan. You've built the plan, now work the plan with MBRs and QBRs. Literally click once, pull up the status, track your performance, track your capabilities, and track your tasks, and update it, save it, and do it the next month. So that's the typical cadence plan process, which includes marketing, business action planning, scorecarding, and QBRs.
Okay, and we asked about Microsoft Dynamics, but do both of these products integrate with Salesforce or other CRMs?
Yes.
Microsoft Dynamics and Salesforce, yes.
We have many CRM systems, HubSpot, Close.io. On our website, we have all the CRMs that we integrate with, and we have native integrations to all those platforms.
Okay, we have time for a couple more. How much work is it to implement a one-click QBR system?
So it's typically a 30 days onboarding process. The difference here is that we've defined, because we've been doing this for 9 years, best practices for program metrics, best practices for capabilities scorecards, best practices for business action plans, and best practices for QBRs. Because of that, it's simpler to configure in a 15 to 30 day period, because all of those best practices are available and can be configured and implemented in a fraction of the time.
Okay, a couple more for Cassandra. What is the frequency of pipeline sharing and account mapping? Weekly, bi-weekly, and what do you recommend?
So if you're driving revenue, significant revenue with your partners, you're going to be sharing pipeline weekly. And then from an account mapping standpoint, if you're syncing through PartnerTap, it's automatic. And so you always can stay up to date with your partner on what are we going to market, what accounts are we going to market to this month, what sales plays are we going to get our teams together on. So from that standpoint, if it's automated, it's constantly happening. So you have the data exactly when you need it. But I think in a manual world, you're probably going to be doing it maybe monthly. And then if you're driving a lot of revenue with your partner, you're going to be pipeline sharing weekly.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Cassandra. Another question, what capabilities are there around training, certification, and lead registration?
So I'll take that. So we're integrated with virtually all LMS systems. So that's the second leg of the stool I mentioned earlier. Is the mission is to build capable partners that can represent your brand in the marketplace. So we think about doing a QBR as you want to be able, an MBR and a QBR, as you want to review the status on all dimensions of the partnership. A critical part of that is integrating certification data. So that is individual certification data, which is typically done at the partner contact level. And then it's called various things like specializations. That is a roll up of certifications up to the partner account. Many partner programs have that as well. That's just another module in your QBR system to be able to display performance, capabilities, certifications, specializations, all part of the same integrated system.
Thanks, Gary. What are the biggest challenges for implementing account sharing processes? And as a follow-on to that, oftentimes partners are reluctant to share this data. How do you get them comfortable with at what and how they'll share it?
So typically, if the partner isn't comfortable with sharing data, we've got to dig into why. And so we're always coaching our customers around what's in it for your partner to share with you. And our success team works at length to really help the partner understand what's in it for you if we're both data sharing. And what's in it for us is we know where to focus. We know what sales teams we need to get together. We're going to drive more revenue together. So it's usually an easy conversation once we're communicating what's in it for both sides of the partnership.
I think we have time for one more question. Can point of sale reports be imported from VARs, partners, value-added distributors?
Yes. So you can bring any data and map that data against your CRM database. So absolutely.